Hello, my friends. It is time for a story, and I picked out this book because, well, gosh, there's hardly a book that I do not like, but this one is called Miss Brooks Loves Books, and I don't. It's a story about a librarian who loves books, and she encounters this little girl who is quite contrary. That means she argues about everything. Do you know anybody like that? So this little child argues about everything. You could say the sky is blue, and she will say, well, it's a little bit gray. I have people in my life like that too. So, Miss Brooks Loves Books. This is written by Barbara Bottner and illustrated by Michael Emberley. He is a very famous illustrator. So let's see what happens in this book. Miss Brooks is our librarian. She loves books a lot. She loves The Runaway Bunny and Babar and Where the Wild Things Are and The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I asked Miss Brooks why she dresses up for reading circle. Well, I want you to get excited about books as I am, she says. I think Miss Brooks gets a little too excited, and I bet her costumes itch. Halloween means we each have to find a poem to share, but the books with witches, ghosts, and goblins are checked out. I hate pumpkins. So I make up a Halloween poem of my own. Eek, a freak! The class looks at me funny. Miss Brooks says, well, it's a start. All year long, Miss Brooks reads books. Books about dragons and pilgrims and presidents. Books about love and leprechauns. Groundhogs even. Ugh, it's vexing. Then in May, Miss Brooks tells us all about something truly terrifying. It's book week. You each need to pick out a favorite story to share with the class. I want you to wear a costume and tell us all about it. Really show us why you love it. It's book week, yay! I'll never love a book the way you do, I tell Miss Brooks. Don't be so sure, she says. When I get home, I ask my mother if we can move to a new town. My mother says there's a librarian in every town. I ask if she wants to do my assignment for me. I've already been through first grade, she said. Look, it's book week. Every single day of book week, the kids share their stories about trains and fairies and cowboys and dogs. When Miss Brooks asks what I think, I say, too flowery. This one about dogs, too furry. A book about trains, too clickety. A book about horses, too yippity. So Miss Brooks fills my bag with more books for me to read with my mom. But I don't like any of them. They're too kissy, too pink, and too silly, I tell my mother. Ugh, you're stubborn as a wart, she says. Warts? Question mark. I want to read a story about warts, I shout. Warts! My mother finds a book called Shrek. Shrek has hairs on his nose and he snorts. I love that. Can you read it again, I ask? Snort, snort, snort. Oh, look, he's even making a costume. I love this book. I have to practice the words over and over, but my mother does help. Then we make an ogre costume. I make stick-on warts for the whole class. When I get to school the next day, I ask Miss Brooks to lend me a hand. Look at her hair. When I say the word snort, the whole class snorts. I explain why a stubborn, smelly, snorty ogre searching for a revolting bride makes me laugh. Miss Brooks says she's so glad I found a book to love. She says that even ogres like me can find something fantastic and funny and appalling in the library. And that is the slimy truth. The end. I love it. Everybody can find a book that they love. So here is your homework. I want you, each of you, to do a short show and tell with your favorite book. See if you can dress up as a character in the book or draw a picture that you think represents that book. Tell us why you love that book and see what you can come up with. Use your imagination. All right. I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.